Well, the next thing Elise found was a little cake with the words "Eat Me" marked on it. So, she sat there and ate it up. And then, guess what happened to her? She grew and grew and grew. Taller than she was before. Taller than any child. Taller than any grown-up person. Taller and taller. Just look at the picture. Which Elise would you like the best? A tiny Elise, no larger than a doll, or a very tall Elise touching the ceiling of the roof to poor Elise? What do you think? Was she happy to find herself tall enough to reach the table and get the key to unlock the door, or to be too small to get through the door? Well, she could do that, but do you think she could get out of that tiny door? She could only just manage to lie flat, put her head down on the floor, and look out through the door. Poor child. She sat down on the floor and wept bitterly. She wept and wept and wept. Her tears ran down like a river, and very soon there was a large pool of tears in the room. Suddenly, the white rabbit entered the room. He was dressed up to go somewhere. He had a little fan and gloves in one hand and a watch in the other hand. He was looking at his watch, muttering to himself, "I am late, oh, I am late." He did not notice Elise. "Elise," requested him, "please, sir." The white rabbit was so frightened on hearing the voice that he dropped his fan and gloves and ran away through the door. Elise took a deep sigh, took up the fan, and began to fan herself. And lo! What happened? With the movement of the fan, she got smaller and smaller, and in a minute she was just about the size of a mouse. In the pool of tears, a mouse was already swimming. Elise was also swimming with him. How did Elise become small? They came out of the pool and both were wet. There were other creatures in that swimming pool, like a dodo, a duck, and an eaglet. Elise heard them talking about a party in the garden outside, and she thought,